Welcome everybody.
Hey!
It's been a while since I've been on this.
It has. It's been a hot minute since I've been
I
on one
think
as well.
I've been on every.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been
just
on every.
Yeah.
Well,
I think so.
you're a classic. We're all classics.
What even episode is this? Like 52?
I think this is 793. Yeah, 793.
I was close.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, you go ahead.
no.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All
Actually,
of
no. I do want to go
Okay,
first.
all right. Fuck it. Go for it.
Okay, so I have a story to get to. It's called Alaxx Talks About Props.
So I've got some jolly stuff to go over with you folks.
Would you like to talk about that?
Goddamn. Fuck! I keep dropping my spoon. I'm eating
Can
pudding.
you be professional?
Nah. that
A
ain't me.
great start to the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can you just-
we're all
not
professional.
Drop stuff.
So, we are rocking a short crew tonight, but we all have some jam-packed stories to share with you all
Yeah.
tonight.
Stories.
All right. So, I've been pretty busy recently. If you guys have been following my vlogs, I've been doing some work with Keaton and one of our friends and another guy named Alex Gilbert. I've been doing some prop work for these guys. I've been doing the most recent one that I've been doing is I've been making God, if I could talk, that'd be.
You've been mating?
I can't
still
talk
pretty
about
young.
and I'm still getting over a cold. So the big thing that I recently just got done with is actually doing props and scenic work for our friend Keaton, who just finished filming his short film, which I think.
But Alex, I'm a member of the audience, and I don't know who Keaton is.
God, all right, so Keaton is mine and Christopher's friend. If you guys watch the vlogs that I do, he's in a decent amount of them, and he just recently finished like a big production of his short film, which I can't say the title yet, but
Ow!
and so
That sounds awesome.
I shared some photos on Instagram, or I think I showed like a small little clip, like a video clip, but I had to censor it out. And it kind of shows like a little bit of the background, but basically we rented out this guy's apartment. Or not apartment, it was like a guest house and almost like a shack. And I had to take pictures and everything, and the dude's place was just like covered in weed stuff. Like he had weed banners, skateboards. He even had like a little whiteboard that said "Say no to drugs." I was like, out of all the shit, right? And so after that, I had to take everything down, and then I took the guy's bed frame, slammed it up against the wall, draped it in wires. Then I taped wires to the ceiling, to the walls. There were wires all over the floor. We had an inversion table, which is like a big exercise table that flips you upside down to help you with like back problems and shit. Mm-hmm. But I like covered it in wires. I put like straps of fabric to make it look like it was ripped and sewn back together.
That is by far the worst part about like production in general, is setting shit up.
I cannot even
so
fucking express how much annoyance this whole thing was, because we have one kid that he's called a grip. So we had an extra grip, and we just said, okay, hey, just take these wires, tape them to the wall, but make it look like they're connecting something. This motherfucker, he was taking like big black chunks of the wires, like the small little built-in surge protectors, like on certain electronics. He was taking that and just clumping them onto the wall to where they wouldn't look like it was connected to anything. And he was using like really, really strong like duct tape. We ended up using gaff tape because it didn't rip the paint off the wall, but he was using duct tape, which did rip the paint off, and so we had to go back and like carefully take the shit off, because like this wasn't our place, and
gaff
we were
tape
trying
is
to
my
like.
hero.
I love gaff tape. Gaff tape is the best thing ever.
Gaff tape is so amazing. I just like putting it on stuff and taking it off, just for the pleasure.
That's generally what tape does, my dude.
Well, like it gets off without getting any.
Yeah, it doesn't leave residue.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And so, like, after that,
we're not sponsored by them, by the way.
No, not shit.
We just like it.
We need sponsors.
Who needs them?
Us.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Anyway,
it'd be cool.
So After that, we set up the table or the inversion table. We had like a special IV thing to make it look like medical equipment nearby. Then we have black ooze that would come out of the actor's ears and all that stuff. It looks really cool.
And the walls would ooze green slime. Oh, wait, they always do that. But what was the third thing?
What's that from?
SpongeBob.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I haven't seen SpongeBob in like fucking forever.
The dash ringing, the sash singing, the hash slinging slash. That was one of like the first episodes I ever saw.
Yeah, that was old.
I'm trying to think of the first one I ever saw.
I know the first one I ever saw. The first one I ever saw was I don't know the title, but it's the Krusty Krab pizza one. I remember like I was over at Chris's house when we like first or like when we watched it, and I was like I'd never seen SpongeBob before, and I'd watched SpongeBob, or I just fucking dick.
Way to go!
I'd never seen SpongeBob before, and then I went over there and we watched it, and we like rewinded a certain part because we kept laughing at it over and over and over again, and it was when he's like Krusty Krab, singing like that, and we like 6 and 8-year-old us were fucking dying laughing from it over and over. It was great.
Yeah, how the fuck did we get on SpongeBob?
I have no idea.
The hash singing slasher.
Long story short, I got to work with like amazing actors. I got to work with amazing like people like on set, offset. Like the entire cast and crew was just awesome to work with, and that was like That is my first big like time working on like an authentic film set because we had like professional equipment. We had people that knew what they were doing.
Big budget, wasn't it?
It was in the quadruple
I guess,
digit
for a college student's film.
Yeah, I mean he had a pretty sizable budget, but nothing that would like shake the ground.
Well, yeah, but
yeah, and then that caused me to
money can't do that much. It's not that heavy.
Fuck out of here. But that also caused me to start networking with other people. So now I'm doing some other prop work, and so that's mostly what I've been doing.
And that is what you said you like would do when you went out there, or like by the time we're all there, and like
kind of
like we're all like working on our shorts, you'd be like set production guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah.
Which like I'm doing like a percentage of what I actually want to do. I still want to do voice acting. Acting's kind of a thing that I've entertained, but I don't know how good of an actor I would be. But just another handful of things. But it's nice to finally see that things are finally starting to take off, and I'm doing some professional work.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a lot of us would, or have always like had in the back of our mind that like, yeah, acting would be cool. I'd like that. I know Nathan's talked endlessly about acting, but because when I got to college and I started doing like my shorts, I was like, acting's pretty fun. I could see myself doing that. But then it's like you really don't know how good you are, and it's like compared to like people that like you actually hire.
Yeah, you've been uploading a lot of shorts to the Deep Sheep channel recently.
Yeah, that's more or less because we don't have anything else. We've been working on the second half of season 2, and then when it's just work, it's work. But you know,
right.
So like we've had to do other stuff, and then we've done other stuff. Like we streamed a lot, and then Nathan's been our stream guy.
Yeah, I'm happy that you guys now actually are excited for streaming.
Yeah, I know Nathan's been pushing at it for a while, and we've always been like, oh, we're not typically like that, because we're just kind of like a little too old fashioned, I guess. Maybe we're just like.
Well, what do you mean by old fashioned?
Or well, maybe not old fashioned, but like we're a group that like isn't really into new stuff that much, or like we've always stuck to Xbox. We've never really done PC or even PlayStation. And
well,
so you mean just
I
like what
understand.
we used to do, like
I guess,
with just like how we would record ourselves gaming, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, I mean I kind of get what you're saying, like because like I tried.
We don't do too many new things.
Yeah,
and
because I
it's
tried
kind of
streaming one
like,
time
oh,
and it
this
ended up
thing's
fucking bombing. Like I tried streaming and it was horrible.
I don't know how to set it up, but
It's
I
really
should
not that
learn.
difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not, but I'll try learning that, so then that way we don't have to rely on Nathan every time. But then so that way we could like always have stuff going on, because now streaming we're one stream away from becoming affiliators. So then
Which,
you
by
can
the time this
subscribe to
comes out,
us.
who knows? We might be an affiliate by now.
Yeah, probably
I mean, that's one of
actually.
the main goals. I really wanted to start getting in onto the streams as well because, like, what are the games that you guys mostly been playing
Yeah, that's
recently?
the
Like
thing. I wanted
Fortnite?
to say, hey, if only we could stream something that isn't Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've been doing a lot of Fortnite, but that is the biggest game that's out there right now. So it's just you're not a big fan of it, but like I really like it. Connor really likes it.
Yeah, but
Spencer,
even still, we need variety.
we would. We've done Siege a couple times. I just suck at it. I
I would
feel like
like
it'd be
for us to
cool.
live stream Dead Before Daylight.
I want to play that with you guys
Yeah, that'd be
so
cool.
much.
I think it'd be cool if I just don't know how successful it would be, but I feel like it'd be cool if we did old games again on stream.
That is
Are
one
like,
thing I would like to
like
do.
Halo
I know
Reach
that
or
I
Left 4
haven't.
Dead.
I know I haven't been able to stream as much because, like, I don't know how much I actually talk about it, which I still refuse to mention where I work, but I did get a promotion at work, which has been
Nice.
pretty good, but my days off are now completely random.
Yeah. It's always it's like week by week. We're just kind of like, what days are you off? Okay, cool.
Yeah, now I've talked with my boss, and now that he's kind of gotten an idea of my work ethic, he's like, okay, now I can try to start scheduling you on, like, regular days off, but don't, like, hold me to anything. So right now I'm
Yeah.
trying to get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off.
That'd be cool. Yeah. And then Chris is almost done with his term, which he wouldn't have been able to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays at all. And then so that'll be cool. Chris's term is ending on fucking mid-April, fucking some shit like
Yeah.
that. And then fucking you know. And then he's flying down to Maryland, and then he's gonna visit me, and we're gonna do a short there actually at my school. And then I really like this short idea. So what it is, as soon as I say it, you all aren't going to be able to get it out of your heads. Like, you're going to think, like, God damn it, I do this all the fucking time. And you know who actually does this all the fucking time is Spencer. So the short idea, it basically came from a joke. It was like, there's always that one guy who's like, he's always like, it's just like says stuff like he's about to figure it out, but only says half the sentence. So he's like, wait, you're not saying, well, it can't be, but you don't mean, and then, and so like, it's just like a joke that like, we're gonna do like a noir type thing where like he's like a detective and I'm like his Watson or whatever, and then and then so I'm gonna be doing that the whole time, and he's gonna like finish my sentence.
That's fucking cool.
And he's gonna finish my sentence, and so it's always like, at first the audience like, wait, is this guy like, is something fucking up with him, or is that just like how he talks? And then like, it's just gonna be funny. But now you're gonna think like every time you're thinking about something and you stutter, you're gonna think about that now. And then because when me and Chris, or because I came to him with the idea, and like as we were going over the script, every time we'd stutter, we'd laugh just because we're like, fuck, I just did it.
Fuck, that's gonna get me now.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, and then you're gonna think, I'm doing the thing if you all can understand.
No, I got it. I've probably been doing it about half this fucking late night.
That's all podcasts are. Is
Yeah,
really
pretty
just
much.
like stutter, Spencer. Don't mean to point fingers, but you know, that's just what it is. So yeah,
but
we're gonna do that short. That'll be a cool one. Because I'm trying to build up my portfolio for Art Center, because I'm gonna apply there in, I guess I don't know when that is, but after next school year is when I want to apply for.
Yeah.
And then so I have under a year to get stuff ready for that portfolio, and right now I don't really know if I have any shorts that I'd like feel comfortable sending them.
So
Because I
this is
know
going to be
like
like
they're
your
not all
first
great.
major short that you actually want to like submit to Art Center.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I
I
don't
got you.
I don't know if any of my older shorts I would want to send to them.
Because like
Um
I really wanted to go to Art Center, but I know like directing. I've never done any type of directing before, at least in like the sense of actual directing. Like I've had like leadership responsibilities, but that was for like shop. Like I would train students how to use like power tools, tell them to
mhm.
dress appropriately, and stuff like that. That's whenever I was in college, and that was one of the best things I ever done. But like actually doing a short or directing something like that, I don't know. I would have to like sit down and think about it. Like I would have to come up with my own idea and see how I would just run with it, which I don't plan on doing for at least a little bit. But I still want to like think of
Mhm.
shorts for the group, so that way we can at
Yeah.
least have some diversity and shit.
I don't know what exactly I'd want to do because I know we've all thought about like what we'd want to do as like that be our thing. I've said producer before because I think I'm like it's kind of like a leadership role, and it's like I'm good with money and like keeping track of everything. I'm like organized and shit. So I feel like I could, and I'm a pretty good people person, and so I feel
I
like I'd be a good producer.
I originally thought that I was just going to be like an editor, but I really haven't gotten that much experience with editing. But recently, I think I'm going to pretty much be the IT guy of the group.
Yeah,
Yeah, because between like all of us, Nathan, you have the most knowledge about computers. I like to think that I have
yeah,
a really good understanding of computers, but even then, I still get stumped on shit, and you're always there with the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still I am taking classes to become like and to get certificates for IT. I'm getting close. Should get it within the like 2 months, 3 months.
Oh shit! I thought you was about to say years.
No,
I know editing wise, or I know Chris is just really fucking good at editing, and
Yeah,
I'd like to think I'm pretty good at
yeah.
editing,
I,
and
I
but
think
yeah, you're definitely the one who knows the most about
I
computers
think
and stuff.
having just one person to have understand the technology to make things run way faster. Like we just
Hmm.
send files through Skype. Imagine when we're all
Yeah,
together and we have a file server to transfer
God,
everything.
that would be so much better.
yeah,
I
that'd
mean,
be oh god.
I've thought about my place like for a while, and like usually I'm just like the extra guy to just do shit with, but like recently I've been standing out for my props because what I did with Keaton's short film and now this other job that I just got commissioned for, I'm starting to like slowly get better at making props, and like the one that I'm making right now. I'm not gonna say the commercial, but it involves a big fucking tentacle. Oh god, I'm gonna cut that up. It involves a big tentacle. I'm not cutting that out. But I like fucking brain work. Okay, so I'm
Brain,
making this big tentacle, and I made it out of a
brain.
pool noodle. And for like the suction cups, I'm using like pipe cleaners and stuff. And Christopher, like I had a difficulty of making the tentacle move because the client specifically wanted the tentacle to move, and I was able to do it, but the foam is like really stiff. And I thought like, well, what else
Get
could I do
that
to make it
problem a
move? And
lot.
then I went to Christopher, and he's like, well, you could cut slits in the back. And I'm like, that's a great idea. So I did
Or
that, and the thing
you
can
could just
bend
rub it.
like ridiculously well now, and it looks so creepy. Like I'll include some footage in the video for this just to like run alongside as I'm explaining this. But I'm using pipe cleaners for like the
That's the
suction
noise it
cups. I
makes.
put pantyhose over the entire thing to make it look like it's all one piece instead of like pool noodle pipe cleaners. It now looks like it's organic. And then
That's
for
a
the first
funny
time
word.
ever, I'm using liquid latex and latex based paint. And I've been
Dang.
like in my apartment letting the paint dry. And once it's dried, I felt it and it feels like skin. It is creepy as hell.
Yeah. I feel like yeah, you're definitely gonna be production design guy. I know we've all had the thought it'd be fucking cool if like at the Oscars one day we each get an award for the same movie. Producing, directing, right, whatever, acting, whatever. It'd just be like cool. Or well that'd be like the number one goal.
Yeah.
That's our reach
Yeah.
goal. But I know like a bunch of us could probably do multiple things. Like I know I like writing, or I don't know about directing. I think Chris has got directing down. He's done it all his life. He's directed me all his life.
Yeah, there's only two
All the way
things I
back to
can
fucking
comfortably
Ghost.
say. Like I feel like I'm very talented as far as props, and I feel like I have potential to be a very good voice actor after I practice and everything, because I've taken classes on it. I've got somebody that wants to commission me to voice an RPG gaming that they're developing back home, like from Tennessee. They want me to do some voice acting for that. But those are the only two things right now I actually feel comfortable. If somebody said, hey, could you do this? I could be like, yeah, possibly. But I still want to sit down and do some more soul searching to figure out what else I could be good at. But with...
Soul.
What?
I was just singing Soul.
Oh, well, thank you.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
But, like, I haven't had much time to do soul searching because I've been so busy at work. Like, I feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like out of everyone in the Deep Sheep group, as far as like an actual job, I think I'm the only one that's like a full-time worker that has a job.
Yeah,
that
I'm
flux-
part-time. I'm part-time, so
Yeah, I've only ever worked part-time.
Yeah, because right now I do 40 hours a week, which I know that there's going to be people out there like, I could do 50 to 60 hours in a week. Well, I'm also balancing a bunch of other stuff that's going on along with like YouTube, personal commissions, this, and this, so that it's not just like I can ask for extra hours because I'm only allowed to get 40 hours a week. If I could work more hours, I would, but at the place where I specifically work, the company only approves 40 hours a week. Sometimes I can do overtime, but they're really strict about it, especially just depending on how clients go.
And for me, and not only my part-time, I'm also still a student, so...
Yeah, you're...
Not many people like to, or like fucking understand, but God, now I keep thinking every time I stutter, I'm thinking about the thingy, but like no one gets it. Like YouTube is a fucking job.
It pretty much is.
We put hard work into it. We don't just like fucking sit around and do shit.
Like the Deep Sheep episodes that you, Spencer, Connor, Christopher have been editing, like they take months to make.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of detail. It takes a lot of details to make our episode special. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at season 1 compared to season 2, you could easily say that season 2 is better.
Oh God! See, season 1 no one did audio. Chris just recorded what he got from the Xbox mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had a camera. I held my camera up to the TV. I didn't have a HD PVR or anything.
And I had a PVR that had a lot of screen tearing.
Yeah, I don't think Alex had a PVR, or Robbie.
I did have a Dazzle capture card, which Christopher sent me, but that thing was so shoddy, and I didn't have a professional mic. So, like, my gameplay would be, like, it would be, like, right at 480 resolution, but my mic would be my laptop, and this quality was so shit.
And 480 just sucks. That's one thing I've noticed, like I've hated now, since I started college. Like, DVDs suck. Because, like, I now notice the pixels. Like, they've, like, gone through the slideshow of, like, why Blu-rays are just, like, the shit. And like, DVDs, they just fucking suck. They're 480, and then Blu-ray is 1080, and it's just like, oh my God. Now
I thought regular DVDs was 720 at least.
I don't think so, no. Because 720 is, like, technically HD. And then DVDs aren't HD.
Yeah. That's shit.
And then Blu-ray is just like the better HD. I don't know, some shit. There's very few things that really annoy me. That's one of them. It's just like DVDs in general now. There's like, because like I've just started noticing little things. I remember, me and my friends were at Best Buy. We go to Best Buy a lot now because
fucking love Best Buy.
I like looking at Blu-rays, so that's like the main reason I go there. And then, but they or one of them was looking at like the curved TV, or like the curved monitor screens. Those things can go fucking suck my dick. They're not fucking different. And God, the one guy, he was like, oh, it's such a cool concept because then you can like see everything from wherever you're standing. No, it's still different.
It distorts the picture, right?
Yeah, it distorts it, but you still see less. It's still like at an angle. Like if you still move to the right, or okay, like say you're sitting at a curved TV, you look straight ahead. Okay, you're looking straight at it, and you put your hands up to it and see like how wide it is, and then you like keep your hands there, and you move over to the corner or wherever the fuck. Like you still see less. You still see less. It's not. It's just a cash grab, stupid fucking piece of bullshit. That.
Tell me how you really feel.
I don't know. I kind of like it. But they make me so mad because they're just like, it's not different. It's not different, and it's way more expensive. Or it's like 4K. Like 4K can also go suck my dick because 4K, like the difference between Blu-ray and DVD is way bigger than the difference between Blu-ray and 4K. Like actually, because 1080 is really like half of 4K.
It's a quarter.
No, because
Yeah, use those words, champ.
There's my explanation. But like we saw like a slideshow in class, and it's because like 1080 is technically 2K. You just don't say it that way. You just call it 1080.
Yeah, but
because if you double that, then you go to 4K.
No, it's not a quarter.
Yes, it is.
No.
Oh God, here we go. All right, debate right now.
It's not a quarter.
If I could draw it out for you, I would show it.
Yeah, I would too, but a few years.
No. I want to see this. I want to see you
other.
both like explain as best as you can with this.
Look it up.
All right, let me get the exact numbers for this.
I'll look it up. Okay, so first of all, 480 to 1080, that's a fourth. That like DVDs to Blu-rays is actually a fourth. And all right, let's say even we'll still argue this, but even if Nathan's right and Blu-ray is a fourth of 4K, it's still like Blu-ray is not bad at all. 1080 is not.
Yeah, I'm not saying
1080,
it's bad.
Yeah, but so that's just like what annoys me is like how fucking expensive 4K is, but
there's not much difference.
The difference between it and Blu-ray is less than that of the difference between Blu-ray and DVD, and some DVDs are still like the same price as Blu-rays. But then, like, 4K, you have to get your own fucking thing. And now fucking every fucking Blu-ray is fucking $35 fucking dollars just for one fucking movie. And it's like, go fuck yourself. 4K makes me 4K.
I'm probably the only one in the group that kind of will sacrifice quality for enjoyment. But that's mostly because, like, I grew up on this, like, dirt shit quality films. And I'm like, as long as I can watch it and watch it for free and it doesn't look like complete and utter trash, fine, fuck it, I'll watch it. And when I say that, I mean, I could probably watch it in 480 and still probably enjoy the movie. Because, like, I swear to fucking God, anytime me and Christopher watch something simple as even The fucking Office, if the video buffers, or if it's, like, slightly distorted, he'll have to restart the console, restart the TV, make sure that everything is pitch perfect, to make sure that is like the best viewing experience.
Oh yeah.
And I get that. I really do get that. But at the same time, it's just a show. Maybe
he's a little over the top about it. I would just let it slide because I know Netflix and I know it'll like go back eventually. But yeah, that is really annoying though, because Netflix does that all the fucking time. It just like buffers or something.
And with Netflix, yeah, at least Netflix will like buffer and everything. And I will be like, okay, it does get on my nerves, and I do see where Christopher's coming from. But, like, I guess the main reason why I'm ranting about this is because I have a Fire Stick, a jailbroken one. And I could fucking watch Lady in the Water, not the Lady in the Water, The Shape of Water. Thor Ragnarok.
The Lady in the Water. There's so many of them. I don't know how they made one whole movie.
Movies that are technically still out in theater, like maybe 2
Oh yeah,
3
I
weeks.
can't do that.
But you see, it's kind of a gamble with the Fire Stick. Sometimes if you get a movie and you watch it, it's really good quality, and you're like, this doesn't make sense. It's still technically out in theaters, and then you'll go
Mm-hmm.
back to it the next time, and it'll be shitty quality. So
Well,
it's like a
I've
really
I've
big
never
gamble.
had good experience with that. All it ever did was give viruses to my laptop, and it's just like I can't watch it because it's like such bad quality, and
Well,
I'm
the
just
first
like,
you should never download anything. Like if it says, "Oh, did you download a movie?" Never do it.
yeah, no. But like sometimes it just does a thing where it's like you click on the movie and it like opens a new tab and you have to like quickly close it or whatever.
Yeah,
Otherwise, like if if you're not fast enough to close it and like it does that like a couple times or whatever, then like you'll get a virus.
yeah. I've had to do that
I've had to
a
go into the
handful of
Mac
times
store
too.
and or the Apple store and be like, "Hey, fix this."
You pretty much have to have a guide if you ever like and to know what to mess with and what not to when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, so I've just kind of steered away now. The hardest thing was Rick and Morty because at college I season 3 was coming out or was like still coming out at the beginning of me going to college, and I don't have a TV here, so I couldn't like watch it live,
Yeah,
and I'd have to find a website somewhere that like showed it, and then that was always the worst. That's the biggest risk to take, is to just like search for stuff, and
in a way,
it
that's
was
why I really
bad.
like the Fire Stick because the way that it works, or at least the jailbroken version of it, like once you jailbreak it, it still acts like a laptop. Whenever you
Yeah.
stream movies and things, it's still gonna act like you're connected to like an actual computer, and it has like a computer layout, even though it's on your TV, but not like as if you're using it as a monitor. It's weird to explain,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
a few people in my class have that, and it looks really nice.
Hmm.
yeah, it's and so I use the jailbroken Fire Stick anytime I want to watch something that I just don't want to go out and buy. Like I watched the new Jigsaw movie on it, and
Oh God.
the quality was really good. It was I think it was 720 or it was 1080. There was no hiccups, and it was good. And I was able to download that movie to my Fire Stick, and that's the quality that it has stayed at. Other movies, like I could watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I know it's on
Lady in the
Netflix.
Water.
Lady in the Water. Some days I can get really good quality, and some days it just won't ever happen. But like even then, it'll stay at like just below 720, and the movie can still register with me, and it's not god awful quality, and I could sit there and watch it, and Christopher will say it's the most god awful thing he's ever seen in his entire life, and he absolutely refuses to acknowledge it and just not watch it.
Hmm.
But
That
it like,
sounds
and me and him have had this argument before, and he said from where he's just so experienced with just cinema as a whole, he cannot enjoy it unless he has the best possible viewing experience because that's the best way for him to analyze it, intake it, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, cool. You can enjoy it like that, and if that's your reason, then fine. It is justifiable. I'm just talking as like an average dude who's dumb as shit that watches TV and doesn't want to pay for a goddamn thing. I'll just be like, okay, I'll watch this. I don't have to pay for it. I don't care if it's a little sucky in quality. I don't have to pay for it.
Hmm.
That's my argument. Putting it to rest.
Do
All
you
right, so
like
anyway,
horror movies?
that, I was gonna say 1080p versus 4K.
Oh
All
God.
right, back to this.
God, I hope I'm right.
Okay, so
Now I need to look it up too because I don't trust you.
1080p, it's 1920 by 1080.
Yes.
4K, it's 3840 by 2160.
No, it's too hard to understand. But like, fuck, you're right.
I didn't even go into too much detail about it. I just said the numbers, and you said that I'm right.
No, because I just looked it up too. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Damn,
I
that
don't
was
know.
an anticlimactic battle that I was really looking forward to.
You know what? It's not worth it. I mean, you got to pick and choose your battles. But still, though, 1080 or like
1080 isn't
1080 between 480 is a much bigger difference than 1080 to 4K.
Yeah.
It's and 4K is just way overpriced, and it's like, oh God, suck a dick. Do you like okay, or back to because I heard you say Jigsaw. Do you like horror movies, Alex?
Yes, I can inhale them religiously.
Because I've come to the realization that that is by far my least favorite genre,
Really?
and not just because like I'm a pussy and like get scared easily. So most of the time I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. But like most of like all the famous horror movies I've seen, and I've realized like this would be a much better thing to argue with Chris about, but he couldn't make it today because
Because
he's dead,
class.
or dead. But
Or
he
dead.
but
Yeah, dead.
we'll probably argue at some other time. Like he's gonna fucking watch this anyway. But
He's dead. You fucking argue it over a Ouija board.
we're gonna need a Ouija board or some shit to argue it. But because like most of the best horror movies are not because they're scary. It's because of something else. Like take fucking or well, I guess the thing is like is not really because like oh my god I'm so scared the whole time. It's because it's like
It's
the
psychological.
the psychology of like
Yeah.
who is the thing in this movie. Like you don't know who, and it's not that it's scary. It's just like oh that's a cool fucking concept, and then so that's my favorite horror movie of all time. But then when I think back on it, I'm like it wasn't scary, like like the movies that are out to just straight up scare you most of the time are horrible, and that it's just like that's just most horror movies because like it's just like the easiest ones to make, so then everyone fucking makes them, and then so you end up with a lot of like really bad horror movies, and it's also like cash grabs because like people will go see horror movies, so then it's
Yeah.
like we don't really care that we're making a bad movie, but like most of the good ones are because of something else other than we're trying to scare you. So it's just, I don't,
Yeah, that's one, like-
I know, like I won't go see A Quiet Place in theaters. I really want to see it because
That's
that
exactly what I was
sounds
about
like
to
a
talk about. I was
movie.
about to say I was gonna mention A Quiet Place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I haven't
that
seen
that
it, but
looks
from
like
reviews, it does seem like one of those toward it's creative, not scary. Well,
Well,
still scary, but just more creative than anything.
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that because like yeah, the idea behind it is what really sells it, but it does sound like there's like a lot of jump scares and like they could like be actually trying to scare you.
Which
So
jump
like
scares
that
can
might
work,
be the
but only
main
if you can
thing.
pull them off in the right way.
And jump scares can fucking suck my dick too. So many things can suck my dick this late night, but with jump scares, because that's just like, who needs it? I want something to scare me without any jump scares. Then that'll get me. Although I scare pretty easily, so.
Not because like I have a friend that I work with. His birthday is actually on April 6th. So me, him, and like a couple of other friends, he wanted us to go and watch it on the 6th, which we're recording this on the 4th, so about 2 days. Unless I'm off about the dates, but I know that his birthday's coming up, and he's just like, oh, I really want to go see it. I'm like, fuck it, let's go watch it.
Is one of the guys there like, I don't want to see it because I don't want to see it in theaters because it'll scare me? Because that's how I am.
Like, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Like, the dude that like the guy's birthday, he's like super into horror. He's done like special effects and stuff. He's worked with horror before, and just like you, he said he likes it because like it's a very unique concept of how this movie is. Because if everything in like A Quiet Place, like even in the trailer, you can see people using sign language, and
Yeah.
just that right there, like before people said or like showed any deeper detail about the movie, people seeing sign language in a horror film, seeing that it just for some reason that spoke out to so many like audience members because of just how unique that was. And then it turns out that the family's not deaf; they just have to stay quiet. But the ideal that they saw sign language is what like spoke out to them. So that's one thing that he really likes because he grew up with like Dawn of the Dead, Jason Voorhees, these types of movies.
Yeah.
And as much as he
And
loves these
that's
movies, he
kinda
said
how
he
Chris
wanted to
is,
change. And so me, and like a couple of other people want to go see it for his birthday.
That's kind of how Chris is too, like, because he just like, loves the shit out of horror movies.
Yeah.
And then I've always just kind of been like, because it's also like most horror movies are really bad.
They're getting worse.
Like just because they're easy to make and like, but there are a lot of good ones out there. It's just like the ratio, or like that's like the worst ratio of like good to bad movies. And like even like when he showed me Saw, I was still kind of like, I mean, yeah, it was a cool twist at the end. That was really good, but I was still like, yeah, it's just like I don't like the gory stuff like out to like gross you out or creep you out or scare you.
No, and I get that.
That's always been my least favorite. So would you go out and see A Quiet Place, Nathan?
Uh, if I ever really wanted to go out to movies, maybe. But I'd still need to see the newest Star Wars movie.
Really, you
Like,
haven't seen it.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm behind on a lot of movies.
But like, yeah, back to like birthdays, like with my friend and everything. We've also had other people have birthdays recently.
Yeah, it was Nathan's birthday last weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say since you guys were talking about the birthday thing, I
Yeah.
had a birthday. It's how long ago? It was like almost 2 weeks ago. Since you said that, I wasn't gonna say the exact date, but you said that it was the 4th, so who cares? Yeah, we're dating this video. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and include the reason why all this happened on my birthday. So, a few weeks ago, I started having some tooth pains and
Yeah.
found out that my wisdom teeth are causing some problems.
Fucking wisdom teeth.
Fucking
And
not that wise.
on the day of my birthday, well, okay, so I should probably go into a little bit more detail about how all this happened. Since I just kind of stay on campus, I don't really have any dentist that I go to, so I had to talk to my counselor about getting some sort of appointment sorted out. It wasn't going to be until April 10th that they were able to sort something out.
Shit.
That was just going to take way too long, and one of my friends said, "Hey, we have a dentist that we could just take you to, and we could get
It's
it
my
to you a
friend
lot
Bob.
sooner."
He dropped out of dentist school, but he's still pretty good.
Anyway, we could take you over to the dentist over here, and since it's your birthday, we could also take you out. And wow, and it was one of the best birthdays I've honestly ever had.
Ooh, all right.
I remember we were there when you finally got back, or wait, I was.
Yeah.
And then we streamed it.
Yeah, we did stream a bit later on, which
Yeah.
So starting out, okay, so after I came back from the dentist, we then went out to go do a laser tag.
Oh hell yeah, laser tag's a classic.
I cannot remember the last time I've been late. Actually, I do remember. It was last summer, but that was because I worked at a camp and we went there and it was just fun as shit to shoot all the. Okay, well that sounded bad. I was about to say sounded really bad. It is fun to shoot all the kids, but like in laser tag, people, gosh, I don't have to take everything so literal. But yeah, it was so easy to win. I just be like, yeah, I'll help you up, dude. Pew pew.
And then
Lasered ya.
actually that was on Saturday. On the actual day of my birthday, we went to a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Those are nice.
Those are bomb.
Yeah, and the thing was,
Wait, is that where they cook in front of you?
Yes. Well, it wasn't. They cooked some things in front of us. They had like a small grill on the middle of the table, but they just had like certain types of foods in there. They still cooked everything in the back, except like certain things up in front.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, they're still cool.
There wasn't really too many foods that I enjoyed. Like it was nice trying everything else, but I wasn't like a big fan of a certain thing. But then once we then finished dinner, we then head over to a Korean cafe right next door.
Ooh.
And that place was amazing. I'm going to send you guys some pictures once. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and send some pictures while we're talking about this.
And you can all see these pictures right here.
Yeah, well,
Whoa.
as soon as I send them to you on my phone. But anyway, went to the cafe. They had so many different cakes. I tried out Thai milk tea. Thai milk tea is amazing.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
It's
Sounds
pretty
like
much,
milk and Thai and tea.
it's a milk-based tea.
Huh.
Creamy.
Moist.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
That's a brand new substance to me. So, did you have
And
to pay for any of this, or did they pay
no,
for
that's
you?
the thing.
Nice
Is that
birthday privileges.
yeah, the my friend's dad, turns out he works at all right, I'm just going to go ahead and say everything. If we feel like we need to cut something out, just like bleep over it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so he works at a company called
never heard of that either.
anyway, he works as the
Shit.
yeah,
So
so
he
he's
must be
pretty high
pretty
up there.
well
Like
off.
he like has frequent meetings with. He then took me up to the office after we went to the Korean cafe,
Takes
and
me
he said,
forever
"Yeah,
to get a meeting with.
well, we went there to the office at like 11 at night,
Dang.
so everyone else left. But he showed me around the entire place. Right, I should send you guys the picture. Anyway, we went up to the conference room, and there was like a model rocket ship that said SpaceX on it.
Specs.
Yeah, so here's the Falcon 9 model. We use this rocket to launch our satellites into space, and
Jesus.
we have a few rockets actually planning on launching soon.
Hope Russia doesn't get a hold of this.
Oh my.
And I will say that this company, if you were ever to go to Antarctica, they would be the people providing you phone service.
Really?
Since nobody
okay.
else covers the North and South Pole.
Oh.
That's crazy.
What about Santa?
Santa probably gets his phone service through them.
Yeah. Anyway, here's some pictures of that Korean
Sponsored
cafe.
by Santa Claus. Oh wow. Those are some pretty
Oh my god, those are beautiful.
pretty cakes. Is that fucking Hello Kitty on the top, or is that just like a dog or something?
Looks like a bunny to me.
Looks like
I see a dog
me.
on the second one, or like a little panda creature.
They're animals.
Notice, pandas are creatures.
And here's the Thai milk tea that I had.
That chocolate thing looks good.
Yeah. I would eat that shit
Can
right
I-
up.
Did you bring any home, or
No, but I did have some chocolate cake with strawberries in it.
that's cool? Fine, don't share the load. I guess it's whatever.
Ah, those look
It's
good.
the dog. All right? Debate here. What animal is that?
That almost looks like a blank panda.
That is most certainly a Jigglypuff.
I'm pretty sure it's a dog.
Okay, we'll say dog.
That that'll be my guess too. Is a dog. That doesn't even look anything like tea.
Yep, that's Thai milk tea. It looks nothing like tea.
That looks like citrus. Just like fruity overload.
This looks like an alcoholic beverage.
But what else happened after that?
Let's see, what else was there? Man, I wish we did this sooner so I could. It was fresh in my mind.
And then
What?
we all died, and we like came back to life, and
Well,
And now
technically,
we're here.
Christopher's dead because reasons.
Yeah. never to return until next stream.
You guys can
yeah.
summon him if you make a pentagram full of Nerf guns.
Yeah, if we get up to $1,000 on Patreon, Chris will come back from the dead.
Oh yeah, so here's one nice thing that they did for me. So, originally I wasn't going to be able to stream here at my friend's house because I'm just going off of the Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
which that would have been terrible. Then when we were out going around to the different restaurants, he said, "Oh, I can just go ahead and buy you a Switch so you can have a wired connection."
Fuck out of here.
That's a nice fucking birthday present.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that it's still for their personal use, but I'm able to use it.
Yeah,
That's still dope as hell.
Yeah.
that's a pretty good way to get away with like, oh yeah, I'm buying you a present. It's really for me, but
You could have access to it.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
know,
but-
50-50.
These are some amazing people.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sound like it.
They're
Yeah.
high
So
up, high
anyway,
up in
back
the
to
world.
the thing with my wisdom teeth.
Gotcha.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's the big one.
Yeah. So on the 23rd, I went to the dentist just to get like a X-ray of everything.
Hmm.
The top set of my wisdom teeth perfectly fine. The bottom set, however, are impacted. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That was fun, and just for those that don't know, they're growing in sideways. So that was the 23rd. On the 30th, we then went to like the actual surgeon to see about getting them removed. Uh, as soon as I met the guy, he says, "All right, I'm just going to say right here, I am not ready for this."
What the fuck?
What? With
You're a doctor.
the
How do you
doctor?
fucking tell one of your patients that you're not ready for this?
Look, man. So I've never really done this before,
No,
but
what he meant is that okay, you need to go ahead and get us these prescriptions filled out to go ahead and get these medicines to be prepared for this, and that also some just so we can get everything sorted out.
mhm.
And then it wasn't until the second that I actually got them taken out.
Oh
Which
man.
Chris had his story on how bad everything was with him getting his wisdom teeth taken out.
Yay, new wisdom teeth story.
Yeah, for me,
Yay.
I'm on day 2 of recovery, and I feel perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, some people's are different. I know the dentist told me. I guess that was anticlimactic. We never really got a wisdom teeth story, but what?
Well, no, I'm still going to go into more detail about it. But,
Oh, there's still okay.
yeah.
But my dentist told me like she was like, I don't know, maybe when you're like 20 you'll need your wisdom teeth taken out, but it's possible you may never need them taken out, and even if you do, like you'll probably not really have or like feel it at all. It won't hurt as much as everyone else's. But apparently people are just like different. I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
I got lucky.
I did actually take a picture of myself after the surgery.
Oh God.
Yes.
Please.
And you guys can
It's
find
upside
it
down,
right
though.
here.
Oh, this
You must-
picture.
You must have been high.
See, this
Oh, that
fucked
was
with
the
me.
picture you sent.
This fucked
Yeah.
with me because whenever I saw it, I'm like, how the hell did Nathan get a picture of me upside down? Oh God, that's just Nathan. Because in this picture, me and Nathan almost look kind of alike. We have the similar haircut, and we have a
and
goatee.
the goatee.
I
It's
still
hard to
don't know
tell
what's
upside down. I'm trying to flip my head, but so is that right or left cheek? The one cheek definitely looks bigger than the other.
It's my left side that was causing problems the most.
So that side definitely looks bigger than the other.
Yeah. But anyway, from the experience that I had with the drugs, I was just sitting in the chair. They had the thing covering my nose, and then for Chris, he explained it that he was there one moment, and then the next moment he was in bed. For me, I was kind of like half lucid the entire time. Like during the
Like you were lucid dreaming,
well, no, because kind of.
but
Time
like
was
real life.
passing really fast, but at certain points I could feel like it sounded like I could hear them talking about something, and I could feel them still moving things around in my mouth. I didn't feel any pain though or anything. It was just an odd experience. Then when the entire thing was over, when I was awake, I felt perfectly normal. The only thing was some of my senses were off. Like I couldn't really hear everything or focus too much on one thing, and vision was like a little blurry. Not too much. It's just like I just found it tough to focus on something. As well as I didn't really have any sense of balance at all. But
I'm having a great time picturing that.
well, for Chris, I found it odd that they walked him to his car because for me, I had a wheelchair.
Really?
You in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
God, they gave you the deluxe treatment.
Yeah. It's California. They're just mean.
Dude, I can't fucking tell you how many assholes live out here. I swear to God, it's like everybody has a stick up their ass.
California asshole.
Like, if we had more time, I would go into it, but, like, And I have like a wisdom teeth story of my own, but I'll tell that in another story or another late night.
It'll be in the
I remember
next
one
novel.
more thing. But yeah, it's all of this. Some people say that they hate living in the city. It seems amazing. I want to live in like this is Washington D.C. I want to live here so much. It is amazing. The architecture is outstanding. The restaurants here are great. The services here are awesome.
I guess everywhere in California is kind of a city.
Yeah, you could just breathe, and then you could just see pavement, sidewalk, and building.
Yeah, I suppose this is for someone that has just lived in like a small town for his entire life.
Granted, I
Yeah.
did too. I did too. I'm fucking from North Carolina and moved from Tennessee, so all I've known is small towns. And when I moved here, everything blew me the fuck away, and I loved it until I got to know the people around here, which fucking suck. But I still like California is still an awesome place to live. It's just so fucking expensive.
Yeah, that has to be the worst part. That I wouldn't know because I don't live there, but like I just know of it. I've lived in Maryland all my life, and I never lived in a city, but I've visited places like Baltimore or Philly, and I just every time I'm like, oh God, how do people live like this?
Yeah, it's like I've almost lived in
So I guess it's just
California a
different
whole year now.
perspective.
Like, do you guys know that? I've almost been out here a full year.
Yeah,
It's fucking crazy how
Jeez.
fast time is going by.
it was last summer.
But let's see. Do we have anything else to talk about?
There was just one more thing that I want to mention.
Yeah, go for it.
Along with living in a city, being in DC, I find there's so many companies here that it's awesome just driving past it. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
so we're over here. We have the Capital One headquarters, to where all of your money is stored.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah.
Here's the Amazon Web Service customer support building.
Huh.
Here's a server farm alley, to where about 75% of the internet's traffic passes by this area.
Yeah, DC has a lot of shit.
Yeah, they do.
It was amazing.
That's why Abraham wanted to get there in The Walking Dead. Too bad the show turned out shitty.
Yep. Show is shit now.
They're about to go under.
They really
they're
are.
getting like season 2 ratings now. And I remember hearing an interview or something where it's like, "Are you worried about like the amount of ratings you're getting now?" And I don't know, some fucking producer or whatever was like, "No, we're actually gonna do a thing soon where we're gonna do like a crossover with Fear the Walking Dead."
Oh,
It's
fuck
like,
me.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna get your viewers back.
Fuck's sake.
Great show.
It
I'm
Both of
glad I
was.
stopped watching that a while ago.
I did
Yeah,
too.
both of them superb.
All right. So,
I guess-
if there's nothing
Yeah.
else, do you guys have anything else we need to share with the fine folks?
Curved TVs are stupid.
Okay. Nathan, how about you?
If that's all, I suppose we have the Patreons.
Yep. So I want to give a big special shout out to our patrons. We have our 2 top tier Patreon donors, Ethan
Executive.
and Joshua. They're our top donors right now. They get all the premium stuff there.
Ethan, also known as Salad Man.
Indeed.
Yeah. The streamers will know him as
What are their
that.
roles on Discord, Nathan?
They are executives.
Executive.
I can't
They
even
make the
spell
big boy
executive.
decisions.
Then we have our second tier. We've got Elk, and then we've got Zach Chambers. Thank you.
Which they are the backers.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that.
And then
Running
we've
backs,
got our-
linebackers.
Then we've got computer generated. That's literally their username. Dingo Jeffers, and then Niku Scarlet.
Yep, those are our backers, I believe.
Yeah, and then we do have some smaller donors.
I mean,
that-
supporters.
Yeah,
Supporters, yeah.
yeah, and then we have our smaller donors, which didn't just quite make it into this late night, but who knows? They might in the next one. We'll see where they like to end up.
Oh.
But still, thank you for everybody that donates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you to all the patrons. I'm still blown
No
the fuck away.
favoritism.
We have such a big, like, whenever we did Patreon, I didn't think that it would take off as well as it did.
Yeah.
So like
It's
all of
fucking
our
amazing.
patrons, thank you so much. You guys are helping us through the whole YouTube adpocalypse shitfest that
Yeah.
YouTube has now become. So because of you guys, you've pulled us out of some deep waters. You've pulled us out of some deep sheep.
Out of some deep sheet.
So thank you to that. And then also thank you to all the viewers who just watch. They don't choose to do anything or donate. We still appreciate it because you guys is where it all
Views
started.
is help.
And as a
Yeah.
personal thank you for holding this channel over until they decide to move to Twitch.
Yeah. But I think
Nathan's
that's
getting
all
sassy.
on our end. We want to thank you guys for listening.
he's
It has
right.
been an extreme honor to start kicking these back up into 17th gear.
Yeah, for episode 784,
Yes.
then we'll talk about other stuff. Bye.
All right.
Yeah, that just an abrupt ending here.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Woo!
Unless you watch it
Goodbye,
in the morning.
everybody.